So, yes, this war then. Oh yeah, we're shipping in some ships so that we can ship shippily to somewhere. I think my instinct is to ship them to Lotharingia. And, start besieging some Lotharingian territory. And then see what's happening. While, of course, the actual Lotharingian army is pissing around in Norway. Iceland.
Well, which is off Norway. But,
Yeah.
But I think the fact that they're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is kind of important here.
Yes. Why him? Alright. Just doing the small problem with regards to inheritance and picking a very slightly less useless heir. This one might have heard of the concept of diplomacy, but probably can't fight his way out of a paper bag, being as he has the bare minimum threshold of 8 martial. I suppose that will go up to a totally stunning 10 as soon as he gets the Filcaret and the Filcaret crown.
Why do you hold that county anyway?
I think it's a relic from when I held East Francia.
Well, no, you never have, I don't think. But you had a patch around there where you were when you were reforming Germanic paganism because one of the holy sites is there.
The holy site is
that shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's not. I don't think it's in that county. Okay, it looks like some. I suspect Throlfor conquered
Thorolfor.
sorry. Conquered it at some stage, and.
Yep. Well, you know, probably why they want it back. Oh, okay, I won the pedant revolt. Next up, can I find those 400 troops? Those 275 troops. I'm not going to try and ship them west.
No, that'll be silly.
I will, however, disband them once they get to the sensible county. Oh, I think we've had some troops to refresh them in Iceland. Well, Stodes. I think they just took some more troops to Iceland. In theory, he has like 5,500 troops. In practice, there's like nearly 3,000 in Iceland. Ah, right. There's some troops, right? Okay, that's more like it.
points for those Iranians. Don't split your army into units smaller than your enemy's army. I mean, admittedly, in his case, you can't do much else, but
It's true. Right. Hooray, we've conquered some more of Ireland. What? Okay, someone else's troops are there. Okay, someone else's troops are there. Let's move my big army next door. How are we doing? Okay.
that's what you can get for taking over an entire kingdom.
Via Holy War. I think Holy War really whacked the cost up. Why don't I want to kill one of my kinstoats? Get the Kinslayer trait. Can't afford the Kinslayer trait, I'm a girl.
I'm not sure if you get it merely for joining the plot. I mean, you definitely get it if you killed in a duel.
I had the opportunity to kill people in duels. Excuse me, there is...
Your chivalrous commanders.
Just
who
keep
give you the
leaping in.
bloody way.
Yeah, so I'm like... Give me a chance. Well, apparently I had a lover. That's nice too.
Okay, maybe you do get Kinslayer and you get precisely what it suggests it may not just be deaths and wounds, but it mentions murder.
Okay, they now have 2 armies in Iceland, which have the vast majority of their force. Whereas I'm running around with Lithuania with 8,000 people. Wow.
And apparently running a successful siege with 186, or is that because you've got a friendly army?
There's
or
some neutral army there.
one bossed out army helping, or not helping,
Yeah.
because you probably won't get the war score.
Oh, yes. That was a revolt war. Well, the plus side, I am less than 95% threat, so if I can find a sufficiently small defensive pact. I was briefly confused that there wasn't a cathedral in Cologne. Of course there isn't a cathedral in Cologne, because I haven't, wandered in here and taken it over and gone, what would be really nice here? A cathedral.
Without possibilities for stone cells.
Yes. Oh. Sprogulon, my illegitimate daughter. Let's assign her a guardian. We besieged Cologne. My siege commander is in here, so actually I suppose I could put him in Yeah, stick me in there. Of course, now that I'm Valhalla bound, that's given me an extra 2 war score. War score, I mean martial score. I am now terrifying. Who's still not as terrifying as one of my predecessors. Who still didn't manage to die heroically in battle, I mean honestly. Right. Oh dear, something. Oh, my marshal. Well, she was quite old. Yeah, let's make him my marshal on account of the fact that although he's got 23 martial score, he doesn't actually have. He's only a skilled tactician, so, right, yes. Stop him leading troops. Get him researching military tech. In West Iceland. So it looks like they might be trying to ship people back here to fight me, which would be entertaining. So, how am I? Because I need to get a new commander. We have Trixie Hobbits. We don't want Dange east of Rostock. We can go for my random kinsman Erica, or we can go for Trifon, who's got the Holy Warrior trait. Yeah.
You're mostly fighting religious enemies, like,
Oh yeah.
Because anyone of your religion tends not to be your enemy.
It's funny. Right, are there any nice defensive bits of Lithuania? Well, there's some hills around here. Let's go and say hello to the hills. Mostly we have plains. Everywhere's full of holdings. Oh yeah, I need to sort out you. That's Guardian. No, I think they just resupplied their troops in Iceland with more troops. Okay, you do you.
There's only 4 counties there. There's a limit to what you can do.
It's true. Most of those counties have like basically 0 holdings.
But yes, doesn't your capital county have 1 holding at least until that
Pretty sure, yeah.
stone circle stops generating a new one?
Yeah. Well, it might just generate me a new holding slot.
Yes, it doesn't strictly generate
Actual holding. Why are you all drawing the defensive pact against me? Well, I got kidnapped, but they didn't manage to kidnap me for very long. Stop drawing the defensive pact. This is a defensive war, not an attacking war. Anyway, it's ages before I can next go on a holy war. Jihad for Egypt. Well, that's no concern of ours. Okay, that's a Lollard uprising. Let's try and steer clear of the nice large Lollard uprising.
It's an uprising.
Hooray, we have besieged Trier. Trier is quite a cool place. I'd quite like to go back to it one day.
So what's that chunk missing from the middle of those?
Duchy of Lower Lorraine. It's also that little bit there. I don't think think Lotharingia has been having some problems, which is why I think it thought massively overcommitted in a war. Now is a great time to go to war for a bit of Norway. Obviously, it turns out he was tragically wrong about this. Oh yeah, how are our factions doing? We're currently basically faction free, so let's get you studying technology somewhere. Turns out, of course, winning a holy war makes all your vassals go hurrah. Well, all of them that, are of your religion. And all the ones that aren't of your religion get to sort of, Also, I think there's been a few deaths. Right, there we are. We've besieged Koblenz. Let's besiege Sponheim.
Oh, you got an army.
Hang on, somewhere's under siege. Oh, raiders, right. Well, I might go and, kick you when this is over, but it's probably too much effort, and I'll start getting penalties for raised army levies. Which at the moment I don't, because the Holy War doesn't seem to have given me many penalties.
I think Crusades don't. Presumably Great Holy Wars also don't.
Yes. So, I assume that they're going to turn up here and try and besiege something back. In which case, I will probably go... Right, well... I'll try and finish this siege and then go and give them a good kicking. Assuming I can finish my siege fast enough. But they look to be getting almost more demoralised rather than... they are cheering up. So the biggest disadvantage of Great Holy Wars is it makes your threat go up 1,000,000-fold and everyone joins the defensive pact against you. So the chances you...
More difference.
Okay, maybe...
you took a lot of territory, I think.
I took about 6 counties, so it wasn't huge. I might try and besiege this place as well.
Okay, maybe... it doesn't explicitly say that Great Holy Wars are bad. It does suggest that claim wars and de jure wars generate less threat, and that it's not really. The wiki gives the impression that that the amount is quite variable per county and not really well understood.
Okay.
So yes, maybe Great Holy Wars are worse than others, or maybe it was just big.
Let's do a little bit of reconfiguring of my army. Idea what they're playing around at. They're shipping people to and from Iceland, but I can't quite work out who they're shipping there. Okay, he's got 7,500 troops, which may mean I need to do something about this. Right. Okay, the Duchy of Lorraine has disappeared again.
Right.
Presumably some inheritance has happened. So...
It's a good job they didn't send their entire army after you. They could possibly have won if they did.
It's true. It's fine. They have a small problem, which is they can only ship 1,700 of their troops around.
Ah, right. That's why you keep getting these tiny armies turning up.
So, yeah.
So as long as you're paying attention and squish each army as it arrives,
Yeah.
probably be okay.
That's the one. I think my plan is to win this particular siege and then wander up there and administer a light piece of kicking. Besiege things faster. The price of decadence. The ruling dynasty of Mubarakid Kingdom has been overthrown by the zealous and hard-living tribesmen of the Katakid dynasty. Their decadent kingdom has been toppled, freeing any vassals from their bondage to the unworthy Maharaja. With the kingdom gone, time will tell if a worthy dynasty will be up to the task of restoring authority to the region. Bloated fools. Okay, whatever. Swap out you and go on a little stroll. Excellent. Building more trade posts is good. There's a river crossing. I suppose it's quite hard to avoid that. You don't actually have a centre. I'm not sure this is going to work out well for you.
Plus, like, maybe you should have brought that down to 600. Those other 600.
Yes, I think that was also a
Just
valid criticism of them.
Wander over and give the others a quick thrashing while you're in the area.
Yep.
Plus, that might get you enough for the score and look another river crossing.
I'm not sure that's going to matter that much. %. Well, that's actually...
is that not part of those three where you are?
It is, but I'm going to go somewhere where it's softer to besiege. Like this nice 1.6 Fort Bishopric. Oh, 100% war score. Right. Release the otter. What do I get for this anyway? Ooh, I get some money. And some prestige. And some prestige. And some more authority. And some piety while not prestige. Right, yes. Lotharingian Holy War has ended. We won. Now we start the march to get our troops somewhere more useful. Can we afford anything remotely good? No. Thus, Holy War for Volga. Okay, good luck with that. Right. Disband you. Like, apparently I can go into hiding. Nah. It's no fun. Let's unpause a bit to let my vassal levies recover somewhat. And go, wait, hey, how come there's dangerous factions? Gavelkind succession in Norway. Let's go and squash Gavelkind succession in Norway a bit. Okay, ha 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 ha. Danish conquest of Friesland on the King of Lotharingia.
Because someone has just weakened Lotharingia's army quite a lot.
It's the one. Lotharingia, really. I mean... Yes.
I mean, A, they declared that war, and B, they made a complete pig's ear of it.
Yup.
Like,
they decided to go and besiege... Yes. They could almost certainly have trivially won it if, for instance, they'd besieged the target territory rather than Iceland and kept all their troops in Lotharingia, where...
There was no way you were going to win quickly without besieging things in Lotharingia. Yes. But instead they went, no, we'll send things over to her capital by ship very slowly, in small pieces.
Hooray, people are leaving the defensive pact, that's good. Oh dear, who? My kinsman. Well, he's pretty useless. Let's expose his plotting. My prisoner, bishop, well... Christian bishop, you can rot in prison. At least because then I have fodder for a great blot.
Bloody hell.
What?
You've turned out to have an independence faction you haven't noticed.
So I did, yes. Right.
So yes, Christian eggs and...
Okay.
Really rather reduce all of these. Petronate and Venice would like independence.
Well, first I need to appoint a new commander. First I need...
One soul a month to go for 300 pounds. I think if I want to play it again, I'll watch a bit. I think I might change it. And it hasn't lost it. Now there was a free card offer that you get. Now this is the one that can I vigorously read it into this one? No. I'm not. You aren't allowed to be placeholders. Probably worth a lot more.
Let's raise my vassal levies because I can.
check it precisely the same way.
I'm not going to raise my demean levies, I don't think. Do I have an actual measurable number of people? Yes, I do. Right, let's find my most junior person. Let's watch you. Over to there. And you get to go over there. So, we have Venice, which of course is very inconvenient to get to, and this guy who is also quite inconvenient to get to. Right, so a lot of those aren't actually my enemies per se, they're just sort of in that sort of general area. Right, so you want go over there. Hey, you're going to be able to give them really legs. What's with that? So, oh, of course, there's the. Okay, you're dealing with revolt war. So Van is part of the Norwegian revolt. Okay, that's good to know.
And then you can advise listing A and B with a listing B. And then create it choose you can
Besieging a trade post, I don't really care. So now I've got to sail past Van pretty much to do anything with anyone. So I will stop off there and besiege some stuff because they are part of the revolt. So I want to go and kick them. So this is me panning around going, is there anyone I've forgotten about? On the plus side, it's getting people to, leave the defensive pact against me, mostly. Not together. Stick you on a ship. Ship you off to there. How many ships can we raise there? One. That's going to be plenty. Bark. Rip off over there. Glue and bark. Ship. Glue and bark. Ship. So there we can see 6 ships, 48 armies, and a state. A state.
We're just observing the tiny piece of the Holy Roman Empire in the corner of the peninsula.
Oh, that's part of the Holy Roman Empire. Last I looked, it was part of East Francia.
I think East Francia has grown up.
Wow. So it has. Oh, bless. It's being a bit titchy.
Yes, the Byzantine Empire would be the better expression of an empire.
Yeah, okay, I'm prepared to believe it's doing better than I am as well.
The Byzantine Empire almost holds Rome. Not quite. Most of the rest of Italy.
No, we haven't been attacked. Someone else nearby us has been attacked, honestly. Glue insert. Ship. Let's just check we don't have any other random bits of Norwegian. Hang on, let's check some of these bits. And all of that looks like a very big mess. At some point I should do something about it. Right. Let's quick. Bugger. I am like 1 ship short.
What ship?
2 ships short. Right. Nicely. Okay, you're raided when I care. Well, I kind of care, it's annoying, but... Alright, well let's... plot to kill him, whoever he is. Okay, it's only for a chieftain. Also, if I'm lucky, I will manage to... that's 2 years away. That's going to be a bit awkward. Because 2 years away might mean I've finished this war rather than being able to go, oh hey, I have all my fleets raised, let me just, you are large enough that I'm happy to put you ashore here to find out what's going on and maybe go and kick that army. Okay. Right. The defensive pact is suffering from an oscillate. Oh, okay, right, some people have turned up in West Iceland. Yeah, I was trying to select those fleets. Fleet select. Select fleet. Bus fleet to West Iceland. Glue West Iceland lot together for convenient squidging onto ships. Okay, that's your choice, whatever.
Edit the listing title, add or change photos, change the description, add upgrades, fix pricing to contain the price. You can't change the duration or format.
Oh dear, something's wrong.
Like to select different items, click new listings or regular existing listing. Or your select strike. Earlier I had a listing for 12 Doctor Who books, it's now a listing for 10 Doctor Who books. But I think the answer is, if you're changing the item in some way, that's not allowed, but you can change the listing. Which seems like a reasonable distinction to make. Well, I might have meant to sell this thing, but I included the wrong description and the wrong picture of the wrong title. Right, I finished the wrong draft. That could be it.
So, supply limit is 12,000 or more. That is not going to be a problem. Glue. All together. Such a bit. Let's ship you out to there. why have they got such high? Because they have control all their holdings. Well, hopefully that will change fairly soon. Should be back over there. Right.
You've got your 1,000 troops out just in time.
Yes. Well,
You treat this the same as every other attempt at besieging Iceland.
which as we go, nice try, dude.
I wonder if you should work out if you can build forts up there simply to give them extra things to besiege. But actually, maybe you don't want. Oh no, I don't. Maybe you don't. I suspect you don't get war score for besieging forts, which would help. Because obviously you don't want to give them more things that will get them war score. But things that will slow them down. Plus, you've never used the build fort button.
It's true.
You can't drop a fort on top of a besieging army.
Right. However, let's try
I
and
have no idea whether it's useful.
build a fort there. Right, that's taken us straight up to 6% war score. Glue together. Not you over there. Let's put together the B team over here. When I say the B team, I mean they're more perfectly competent commanders. Right. Okay. So one thing that makes me think about the concept of going and kicking the army that's in Iceland is that I worry that they'll come and besiege, say, back Van. But maybe I shouldn't worry about that. Maybe what I should just do is just go and attack Venice and see what's in Venice. Once I've besieged all these bits in Van, of course. Right, so I do not need an army this big, army and navy. So what I need is you lot. Go over there, so I don't have to maintain all of those whatnots. And something's happened to my regent. Designated regent. New regent. My son, my slightly useless son. besiege on board. Disband that lot. People are conspiring to kill me again. Right. Okay, you lot. Get on the ship. And let's visit the Gulf of Venice, because you really wanted to do that, alright? Now let's go over here and check that I can actually do some useful things over here. Excellent, right, I'm besieging something. That's the important thing. Excellent. Alright. Okay, over there, right. Sail around everything. So yes, I'm losing some points for them besieging Iceland, but you know, whatever. Equally, and there's 2 armies up there, including the leader of the whatnot. Well, let's consider that once I've gone and besieged Venice, which is going to take for bloody ever. Right, who are you? You are random kinstote. You look a perfectly average kinstote. You look like an actually useful stoat. It takes a fairly long time to sail to Venice from...
There's some very dubious labelling in the county of Orr.
Go home, mapmaker, you're drunk. We've arrived in the Gulf of Venice. Well, it doesn't look like there's anyone at home. Right, let's glue you lot together. Right, let's besiege Venice. Which will actually have a much more measurable impact on them than it will on me. Oh, we've besieged Venice. And that got us 14.68% more score. Which is a rather nice amount. No, that's not.
You lecturer, that's some other random person who's slightly grumpy about you for some reason.
Yes. That's fine, they're going to a different county. And then I can dodge around them with my guy with Speedbooch. Oh look, my holding in East Iceland is under siege. Van is under siege. By somebody completely different. Anjou has gone to besiege it.
Right.
Fine.
Okay.
I mean, you're annoying, but I'm not going to go and fight with you because you're not. Well, let's just check you're not. Yeah, you're not allied with the Norwegian revolt. So I don't care. I will just sigh a bit. Peace otter. We propose a white peace. Piss off. You may think you can get away with a white peace. I don't think you can get away with a white peace. I think I can win this war. One out of the way. Right. We're besieging Palestrina, which sounds less like a city and more a fortress, and more like a composer to me, but there you go. I can send my son into hiding, but that seems a bit pointless. Right, let's get besieging some more counties. I don't really care, my son is a bit useless. Yes, I'm losing credit for Van because, of course, whoever's invading it is invading it.
Yes.
Which is a bit of a pain, and under other circumstances I'd like to go and squash them, but I don't feel that this is the time.
Well, you've still got plenty of holdings in Venice to take.
Well, yes. I might lose Van altogether, though, because they might succeed in their conquest war again, or their county conquest against whatever.
If it was a conquest outside of the, if it were anything like that, it would be a war against you.
No, because Van is...
it's part of the revolt. Yes, of course, they're doing the standard thing of, oh look, there's a bit of a revolt, we can nibble things off the revolt. Yeah.
Yes.
They probably won't get enough war score from just besieging Van, though. And you will be having armies. I mean, is that there another war against the revolt?
It's another war against some...
If you click on it, you
yeah.
might get to see the person who runs it.
Hang on.
I think.
I just want to have a quick look at the... Okay, let's just... You...
Oh no, he's another part of the independence.
Four.
Looks like.
Okay. So yes,
So he's actually someone you would quite like to be fighting were it not for
the fact that
the
he's
fact
got
that
4,500
he's
troops,
far bigger
and
than you are.
yes. Well, I can keep an eye on that, and basically I can keep dodging around and besieging things, and thus, slowing him down. Did we just nick some of Lithuania? Maybe. It's hard to say. Wow. Stop this. We have besieged the Rialto. Okay, they stopped besieging my thing. Fine. I mean, we can do things like that. Ooh! Looks like they're going to load a bunch of people onto me. I think I've got reasonable commanders in place, and I have an advantage because I don't have a naval landing penalty. So, yay, I guess. Okay, they have way more people than I expected.
Yeah,
But they're extremely
A, have the penalty and B, are seasick.
Yes.
So they'll probably...
Yeah, their centre is already not happy. All three flanks.
Fundamentally, Venice is a bloody difficult place to get into if someone's got an army there.
Yeah. It's all soggy.
And you're the one with the army in Venice. Surely... was it not the Serene Doge that was running the revolt? Right? No.
I thought it was.
Well, if you click on the person,
Yeah.
So, while a Christian, so is the Serene Doge thus one of his vassals, essentially?
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think I've lost a lot of war score because we've lost Van. Yeah. So... let's just check what's happening over here. Okay, we can't besiege there. Can we besiege there? That's the question. Okay, that's giving me a huge increase in war score. Hang on. Back up to 44%. Okay, apparently occupying that bit of Venice is extremely profitable. Okay. Ooh, hooray, you can't besiege that. Brilliant. Right, keep besieging that. Okay, we conquered somewhere. That's nice. Greater Poland. Okay, I've got 2 counties down there. Didn't know I had those counties. Right, fine. Right,
Yes, you took back half of Hungary. Looks like you've lost half of the half you took back.
Oh well. Yeah, but not to the Norwegian revolt, but to other people. 60% war score. I'm slightly worried by that fleet sitting there. The thing that worries me about that fleet sitting there is that as soon as I finish besieging Murano, which is not going to take very long, I have the feeling that they're going to leap in and go, you know what, we'll have all that lot back off you. Right, let's usurp the Duchy of Mazovia. Let's go and check. I probably now have way too many held duchies penalty. Let's find. Let's try. So. Okay, right, you get to be Mazovia. Let's just have a look at what's happening in over here. So they're trying to besiege that back. Okay. So I have 70% war score. That army didn't count at all. So the question is, do I sail out east and try and win stuff there?
You just sit tight and wait for it to tick. That may be a problem with your incoming conquest. Do you offer them white peace?
No, I don't offer them white peace. I lose too much territory if I offer them white peace.
Oh, do you lose the territory on the white peace?
Let's check, hang on. Yeah. That I don't, because enforced demands. Okay, now Thorstein only becomes independent if he wins. It looks like. So it looks like I just don't get any. I don't lose the territory, but I don't get anything for winning. And I get a small amount of prestige for not giving a white peace.
And like the thing is, yes, if you leave, then you'll be in the same situation that the revolt was in a moment ago.
Unfortunately, because some of his stuff is occupied, can't do that.
Does that also apply if you now service send for enforced demands? Right, so that is a general problem.
Right. So that suggests that I should go and get Van back.
I'm wondering if you should leave an army behind.
The problem is, if I leave an army behind, it's going to be too small to do anything.
So, how much would you need in order to repel Thorstein? because like you had far too much. You had much more than was necessary. I think you should be able to get away with leaving like about 1,000 troops behind, maybe 1,200, and that should be enough along with the seasickness penalty and the landing penalty. I think that should be enough that you can hold Venice against anyone who lands there. I don't know what the precise correct number is.
It's a bit big. Let's try it with that.
Don't you want to do that?
Oh yeah, snooze. Let's put together the C team. Okay, let's take balance. % Moscow. Where are we with sailing back there? We're still slogging through the Mediterranean. Just coming past Corsica. Okay, so they're besieging there, that's entertaining. But of course I can then send a force up there to kick them, which would at least also have the benefit that it would be in my territory, so I would manage to, restore some of my troops. Right, slug up past Portugal. Not that Portugal as such exists yet. Not fine, but there's not a lot to do about it right now. away, or at least besieging Amorica back. A bit short of troops there. Let's see if I can squeeze out some more people. I can squeeze out some more people. Now my follow-up question is, where the ever-living fuck are they? Because I have a small problem, which is Norway is quite big. Well, I suppose specifically it's less that Norway is big, it's more that the Empire of Norway is quite big. So we have 6 people there. We do have, I have a rather more useful 3,500 people there. Do we have anyone else anywhere else? I think you get to come over here. Oh, excellent. The Norwegian revolt has run into a Danish revolt. Brilliant. Oh dear, something's happened to one of my commanders. Commander shopping time.
Not good enough.
He's misguided warrior. So, no, he's not good.
Make a tolerable marshal, but not
But
a good person to actually sit down on the
indeed. So, do we have anyone with any interesting properties? You're a bit useless for someone with interesting properties. Let's invite you to court on the grounds that are generally kind of useful. Once again, that battle got nothing. Don't quite understand that.
Oh, sit down was easy, wasn't it?
It's true. So, anyway, let's besiege. Bang, back. It's on pause so that time can actually pass. Right, you're just sitting there. You think you're out of supply. Wow. Why am I down to 73%? Nothing very specific right now. I'm up to 79%. You're slightly useless. Can we do better than that? Okay, I'm already voting for the next best candidate, so...
Granting vassals independence lowers your threat very fast. I'm looking at the
yeah, but there's a small problem with that, right?
Like it lowers it by something like 20 times what it would be increased, what it would be lowered by losing it in war, or increased by gaining the same territory in war, I think.
You just have to take the penalty that you don't have any vassals anymore.
Well, no, the point is, this means that granting one county independence lowers your threat by the same amount as invading 20 counties.
Nah. Okay. What? This makes no sense. It's got no head. Make up your bloody mind, you lot. You're oscillating. Oh dear. Chancellor. 18 is okay. Can we do better than that? Like you. Alright, let's invite to court. Let's just also see why the Honor roster hates me that much. Wrong government type, zealous, and religious differences. Well, okay. Let's see what I can do about the religious differences in a bit. So 99% full score. Let's see if we can. Right.
I mean, you may just be able to wait.
Yeah, my plan here is now to ship myself out to
the east, because that's probably where you want to be anyway.
Because that's probably where I want to be anyway.
Where is your adventurer?
Somewhere over here, besieging some stuff. There he is. Anyway, I'm shipping people out there. So, yes, I can. I'm also sending this lot out to Venice to pick up my lot that are queued in Venice. Plus side, this shouldn't piss my vassals off much because of defensive war. don't seem to have any ticking war score, but anyway, I want to be out east anyway. So... Norwegian fleet in Venice. Embark not the fleet onto the fleet. Fortunately, I can still get into the Caspian Sea by river, which is useful. What are we doing? We are at least in surplus. Just. Naval warrior at the gate, desires to become a champion of the house. I can get 10 prestige for saying no. It's useful to have more warriors around. Excellent. The Byzantine Empire is fighting them. That's fine. I don't really want to send those up there to besiege that back, tempting though it is, because I don't think I can cope with running into them. Right, you're somebody else's pet revolt.
Right. See, you should have offered white peace. Oh no. Yeah, they might have taken
it after I'd got thingy back, yes.
But, I mean, it wouldn't have helped. It would merely have caused someone who is now dead to have lost a bit.
Yes. Right, however, fortunately Venice is still mine, so you lot. Let's...
Want really to get them together with the...
Yeah, I can get them together with the Venice lot.
If they run into the adventurer,
yeah.
Then maybe not very well.
It's true. Let's just see how much my new Doge likes me. Not very much. Can I? Is there something small? No. Let's do that. I'm suffering from air oscillation. And there's not a lot I can do about it, because Commander. See if we can put in some people and improve how much they like. And cheer them up a bit. Doesn't mean that there aren't any ports on the Caspian Sea.
Well, most people can't get ships there.
Oh, yes, but you
I
could
mean,
at least
then
sail round the edge.
It's still perfectly reasonable to run ships across the middle of it, for instance.
Yes. Right, let's do you lot together and then let's split you into 2 armies. Because... Right. Select you. And march you over there. Which we're going to Sara and... you bar it and reform and this guy. So, okay. Oops, that's not where my ships are. Ships. Ships, you get to go home. Can I move my chancellors on that? I can. Now I'm trying to sort by opinion, but is not in any trousers sorted. My opinion. You get to have my chancellor cheering you up. What happened to the Danish War in Lothringia? Right, well, I now have slightly more of Lothringia than I did 5 minutes ago. Because Lothringia basically did a self-inflicted stoat. Right. Pause and go to the loo and contemplate my plan of attack, which is roughly, as I say, split them into 2 armies, so I'm not going to be running into supply units too hard and then going to try and find before it gets too bad. destroying when I worked out it was biscuits.
What's that say?
I was wondering what you were destroying as I worked out. Yes, it was biscuits. Okay, so right, back to basically waiting for people to turn up in the right place in somewhere out here. Oh, excellent. It looks by the time I actually get any people anywhere remotely near it, it's going to be fine. It looks like some bits have split off, but maybe we'll have some nice claims against them. I still don't want to kill my kin state, because I still don't think it's a good idea. You know what we didn't do? We didn't check the religion tab when I had a Great Holy War called, in case it was interesting. We have been attacked in Russia. No, we haven't. I mean, someone's been attacked there, but I'm pretty sure it's not me. Where are we anyway? Okay, what are you guys doing there? Right.
You're keeping your army separated to avoid attrition.
I was trying to keep my army separated to avoid attrition. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to separate them well enough. Now they're mostly separating. I don't really mind them running into other people en route. I've got, you know, what's going on. Right, so you're there. Now, I think we can head sort of that way-ish. And this is where the monarch goes, oh look, my pedant revolt has kind of vanished like an old oak table. So, since I've got Venice back with its great statue, let's contemplate. So I can build things that get me a bit of monthly prestige. I can build some additional statues for additional, get a minor title, I want into the spikes and so on. Build a golden crown to improve my vassal opinion. Right. Right. threatening are we? 80%. The jihad fails. The Caliph has called off the jihad for Egypt against the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, the Holy Roman Empire exists in Egypt, in Africa, indeed in Egypt, and has quite a lot of Africa, in fact. Even though its holdings actually in Europe are a little bit underwhelming by Holy Roman Empire standards. Right. Now, I can probably do something about this adventure in approximately 3 weeks once I get everyone up there. Yeah, but I can always route that lot in there if I really want to. Also, doesn't look like they're very happy, because they didn't really have a centre to start with, and they certainly don't have one now. A little bit of light occupation should sort us out here. Something happened to my army. I was reading my messages, and I arrived here and half my army had buggered off. Still, fortunately it's enough to besiege this place back, but also, what? Damn it, I lost my siege leader at some point. I only appointed a new seer 5 minutes ago. Okay, they're all a bit useless. Let's just appoint you as the least useless seer. Need it proselytise in Rostov. And there's a child that needs guardian, so let's fix that.
So, the vast loss of armies was simultaneous with a revolt war in Denmark finishing. I think you had raised a lot of the revolt's troops as your vassals, and then the revolt ceased existing.
Right, yes, that's quite plausible.
And while arguably the troops should have remained where they were, because you can't really teleport them away, and it should have become troops of whoever they were now, whoever their home counties were now part of, they didn't.
Nevertheless, the weird thing happened.
Hooray for having a recording of what you've been doing, so I can
Okay, provided to go.
work out what
Wait,
the message
what?
was that you didn't realise was
Actually saying bye-bye to 2,500 troops.
Basically, they vanished at precisely the same moment that all the messages about the end of that war appeared.
Yes, yes. Which I wasn't really paying that much attention to, because it's like, yes, well done, you dealt with your internal revolt, whatever. Right. Okay, you lot, go over there, kick that army. This lot, stay over here and besiege this fort. The big problem with this is, all over 50% threat, all defensive pacts of other religious groups band together. The problem is that involves the Christians now. So, that's a bit of a pain. So that's got 93% war score. What a pity my siege leader snuffed it. No freak accident. %, more score. Maybe this lot that I forgot about near the Caspian Sea will actually get to the correct place by the end of the everything. I don't care about fabricating things. Right. Oh, right, there you are. Oh, of course, yes, you left in a freak independence-related incident, didn't you? Right, stick you back in there. Right. Stopped besieging Canary tribe. Right, victory. 100% more score. Release the otter. I get 200 prestige. He loses a lot of gold, but I don't get it, which is very unfair. Let's disband that unit. Let's disband that unit. I can hold Great Blot. Let's hold Great Blot. Which I will do tonight because I want to make sure I don't accidentally go to war while that's happening. So I have mildly squashed levies. Now for the human sacrifice. Oh, damn it. New marshal. Right. Where's my slightly...
Oh no, there, yes, down to the
yeah. Right. Get researching military technology.
Probably set you don't need arms, right?
Indeed. More special event troops will be disbanded. Well, yes, I don't. How many special event troops do I actually have? Okay, most of this 580.
They're presumably the ones who
Turned up in West Iceland, yes.
So if you have a useful room,
I don't think I do.
I mean, assuming that like none of the neighbouring counties are so soft, I'd say that could be the area just to your east. Bengal, or its revolt.
Which is just about to end.
Well, I mean, you're not going to lose anything by declaring a county conquest for it.
Except I don't have enough troops to do it.
Okay, oh yes, you can't even visit it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no. Nice thought, but also I need people to use the damn defensive pact. Right. How do they select the people that are massacred for the Great Lot? Because, like, I've got a bishop in there that I've been keeping.
Well, I think they may just be, like, randomly chosen from your dungeon, so you want to keep your dungeon carefully organised.
Well, as far as you can. Right. Lot has blotted. Dangerous factions. Bloody gavel kind of succession in Norway. Right. Assassins should be spread to Syria. So, prisoners, do we have any good ones to sell? Or indeed any. Right.
So yes, the wiki doesn't suggest how the victims of the plot are chosen, but in general you want to try to ensure you're sacrificing Muslims or Christians, which you can presumably arrange by making sure that they're the only ones who are still alive in your dungeon.
Very good.
I mean, I suppose yes. One approach would simply be to release or execute all of the pagans in your dungeon
Just before
the plot.
Or as you start the plot, because you do have a little bit of window of time to...
Unless that takes you below 4 people in your dungeon, in which case they're not around.
Yes.
Yes. It does here at least say in your dungeon, which means it might be the case that you can release everyone who you don't want to sacrifice into house arrest temporarily, or it may be a complete lie. But like doing that is of course reversible.
Right. Let's just check we've given out all our minor titles, which we should have done because we did a bunch of... Right, so you've been converted. Just check. Right. So I think all that's okay. Right, I think this is a good point at which to save and stop. The year is 1099. We shall see next time if anyone has left the defensive patch so that we can try and get into the position to create the Yoms Vikings.